Hello, it's Jeanette with Amazing Paper Crafts. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm back with another video tutorial, and in today's tutorial I'll be making some gift boxes. These are kind of on the masculine side, wouldn't you say? And I know that some of you are looking for projects to make for the guys around this time of year, so I came up with these little boxes, and what I'm using for the box lids is the Memories and More Come Sail Away card pack. Yep, we have so many little cards here and with decorations on both sides. That's what I'm using for the lid for the smaller one, and I'm using one of these card lids for the bigger one. And there's all these different decorations here, and these Memories and More card packs, they make it real easy to make cards, or you could add these to scrapbook pages. Look at these beautiful die cuts. Well, what I really loved about this card kit is the stickers. I am crazy about these stickers. I love it. And everything is with a nautical theme. So these are actually in the last chance section of the website. So you want to make sure you get your hands on these. And also the baker's twine, and also I put these little trinkets on here. Those are also going away. And they are also in the last chance suite. Actually, I think the whole suite is going away except the stamp set and dies. Okay, so let's get started. What I'm going to do, since I've got the blue, the green, I think I'm going to go with a gray theme here. Okay, and I've chosen these two pieces of cardstock, or these two pieces of cards. Excuse me. And what I like about the Memories and More cards, this is not designer series paper. It's thicker. It's like a regular cardstock, nice and thick. So they're going to hold up pretty good for making boxes. So what you're going to need is some cardstock, and this is Smoky Slate. I've chosen. This is just a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, and I'm going to bring out my my trimmer here. Oh, on the right side, and the measurements are a little bit tricky, not too tricky, but we'll get through it. If you do this is for the bigger box. If you do the 6 inches, you want to just take a 1/16 of an inch off of that measurement, so it's basically 5 15/16. So I'm going to cut that here, and then you're going to turn it, and you're going to go 7 15/16. So go to the 8-inch mark, and then just minus that 1/16, and that would be the next line over on this side of the measurement. And just go ahead and trim your paper. Trim your paper. And then for the smaller one, you're going to need to cut this to 5 7/16, which if you go to the 5-inch mark, 5.5-inch mark, you want to just back it off 1/16, and that is 7/16, because 8/16 is a half, right? Okay, I have to remind myself of that. I'm not that smart. and then you're going to turn this around, and you're going to go to 4 7/16. So go to the 4.5-inch mark and minus a 1/16, because we need our little boxes to be just a little bit shorter. A little bit less material, so that the lid will fit on there nice and snug, but not too tight. Okay, so we've got our 2 pieces of cardstock here that we need, and I'll make sure to put the measurements of the cardstock on the screen for you, so you can take a screenshot if you need to. Now I'm going to bring out my Simply Scored scoring tool. Okay, and for the big box on the bottom of the big box, I'm going to be scoring this at 2 inches all the way around. Okay, simple, easy 2-inch box, because this box measures 2 inches tall by 2 inches by 2 inches wide, 2 inches tall, 2 inches wide, and it measures 4 inches wide this way. Okay, And the small box, I have to measure this again, I didn't memorize it, is about 2.5 inches wide by 1.5 inches tall by 1.5 inches deep. Okay, so we've got 2 inches all around with the big cardstock, and on the smaller box we're going to go 1.5 inches all the way around, because that box is 1.5 inches tall. Okay, and now for the actual cards with the design on them, the small, well, let's do the big one first. The big one, what you're going to do is go 1 inch all the way around. Okay, just 1 inch. Yeah, make sure you use the big ball on your stylus, because if you use the small one, you may tear the decorative card here. So with the smaller one, you're going to go 3/4 of an inch all the way around. Yep. Try not to do it too hard, because I feel like I almost tore that. I don't know if you heard that or not, but I hope I didn't tear it. Well, if so, we'll grab another piece. Okay, so I'm going to put the Simply Scored scoring tool away now, and let's burnish, fold and burnish all of our score lines on all of these pieces of cardstock. Now for all of these pieces of cardstock, we are going to be taking our paper snips, and we will be cutting, we're going to be cutting down the square. We're going to cut that score line completely off. So I'm going to turn it around this way so I can see better. Just cutting that score line completely off. Okay. On all 4 sides. So basically this is what your every one of them is going to look like. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop the camera, and I'm going to make sure to cut off all of the score lines on all 4 sides like this. Okay, so now I have all of my score lines cut off. Now I'm just going to go ahead and bring up my silicone craft sheet, and we're going to be adding adhesive. We'll start with the big one here, and we're going to just add adhesive to the edges right here and here and on the other side also. So I'm going to bring out my tear and tape, and I'm using it like a bracelet here, and I have a little block that I use to help me just tear it, because I'm not that great at tearing it without bringing up some of the cardstock with it. That's just me. Some people can do it so good. Not me. Nope. I have to have a little bit of help. And this little block with that straight edge right here, it's got that little straight edge here. It really does help. Now, if you have like one of your paper pumpkin or one of your blocks that come in one of your kits, you could also use that. Let's see, let me show you, because it's got that straight edge on it. Okay, there you go. It's very sharp. And I think I also have another paper pumpkin one that's got kind of a sharp edge on it. So yeah, use whatever you have that has a straight edge to help you cut. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the tape on the top of this larger box too. Okay, when I put this together, do you see how these are going to overlap just slightly? Okay, just ever so slightly. So I'm going to just take my paper snips and trim just a tiny little bit, like maybe even a, I guess you would call that a 1/16 of an inch. Yep. Not even, maybe it's a 32nd, but just a hair. And doing that is going to help my box lay nicer in the center. Those two pieces, I don't really want them to meet in the middle. I want there to be just a slight gap like that. If you see that little gap right there. Okay, so I don't need to do that for this because the flaps aren't that long. So now I'm going to take the backer paper with my take your pick tool. I'm going to take the backer paper off. Okay. And just match the edges as the best you can. Okay. Now, you can wedge in these flaps if you want, these little corner pieces. If you want to wedge in right here. I don't like to wedge in. I don't know. I think cutting the score line off is good enough. And so, here we go. Now, let's do the lid. Let's take the backer paper off the lid. And if you have any extra little tape like that, just kind of fold it over on itself. That should work just fine. Let's put our box together like this. And because we have this little sentiment here, that's going to be the front side of our box. I like that sentiment. Isn't that cute? Celebrate good times. And now I'm just going to fill this with candy, I'm sure. Some kind of candy, or I don't know. You can even put golf balls in here if you want to. See, the lid fits nice and snug in here. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with the smaller box. I'll be putting my adhesive on these sides up here, and I'm going to also need to trim. So let me just show you. Before I put the adhesive, I'm going to trim about maybe about a ½ inch, not even. Yeah, that's about a ½ inch. So when you put this box together, wait, let me do this one here. When you put it together, these will not overlap. So, see that? They're not going to overlap. So trim about ½ inch off of these little flaps here before you put your adhesive on. Okay? Now I'm going to put the adhesive on here, on these flaps right here. And I'll put adhesive on these flaps right here. So I have my adhesive on, and I decided I'll just go ahead and put the box together on camera. We'll start with the bottom one, the bottom box, and then we'll do the top one. Okay. Here's the bottom part. It's just like the other one that we did, just a little bit smaller. Okay, there's that box. There's that part. Let's take the backer paper off here. Okay, and let's see how that fits. There we go, nice and snug. Okay, so now I have our two boxes together, so let's decorate. Let's see what we can find in the stickers. Okay, we got this sticker here. So we've already got a sentiment there, but let's see. I think I may want to put a sentiment on top. Simply having a great day. That would be great right there. And of course we want to put one of those little compasses on here. I think maybe we'll put a compass right here. Make sure we have the north on the top. Okay, like that. That's where a compass goes. All right. And let's see what else we have here. Well, we have these little stickers here. Oh, let's put an anchor on here. Oh, no. Let's see. Should we put a sailboat? The other two have anchors. See, I have anchors on the other two. But I think I might want to put a sailboat in here. I know it's not the right color, but that's okay. And what else? Maybe a little anchor right here in the middle. I mean, you can just go to town and decorate it any way you want to. And what I really love is that these stickers have these little trim pieces here. And they look like little ropes. I think maybe I'll put some on the bottom here. We'll do the other side too. And just trim it out. You could even put this trim on the lid if you want to. Okay, and let's see, there's another one here that's got trim on it. This one here. And we'll just take that trim, that little rope trim, and we'll put it on the sides. There we go. Isn't that cute? And it's a sticker. You don't even have to put glue on it. It's great. I love this. All right. So let's see. What are we going to put on here? I think maybe we will put, there is a little sentiment here that says, love you always. And I think I'm going to put that right here on the top there. Oh, I guess I needed to put this on the other side. So let me see if I could peel that off. Oh, that's okay. I'll just use the other one. Might as well use them up, right? Okay, love you always. All right, and also I'm going to put a trinket on here. Let's see. We can put maybe the anchor up here. And instead of tying it, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do a little glue dot and put that anchor right here. Because here I tied it. It was a little fussy because the ribbon or the rope is a little thick. And I had to do a little finagling just to thread that in there. So, oh, and by the way, this is that baker's twine. It's the Night of Navy Sahara Sand baker's twine that also goes with that one suite, which will be retiring. I think everything from that suite will be retiring, except the stamp set and the dies that go with the stamp set. Even that embossing folder is going to retire. So let me get my take your pick tool, and I'm going to put this anchor right here with a glue dot. Okay, and I think what I'll do also is put a couple of glue dots on the top just to steady my box right here. Okay, and instead of using that this baker's twine, what I think I'm going to do is use some of the braided linen trim for this, because I think it goes a little bit better. It's a little more neutral color. Well, so is the other one, but I think I like this better. Okay, I can do it with better when I don't have it attached to the roll. So I'm just going to leave about, I'd say about maybe 6 or 7 inches on the top to make my bow, or to make my little tie. It's going to be a bow, but it's not going to be like, you know, really cutesy. Okay, now I want to place this like this. Flip that one over, because you're meeting this on this side, and you're tucking it under like that. Okay, and then you want to tie your knot on the top. You don't have to tie a knot, but you just want to tie a bow. Tie it once and get it right in the center here, like that. And then just make your bow. Doesn't have to be too cutesy. Trim your cords if they're a little too long. And there you go. There are my boxes. Look at that. Aren't they cute? Oh, you can put just about anything in here. Guys love candy. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some saltwater taffy that I got this past summer, and I'm going to fill these boxes up and give them as gifts to the guys in my family. And I got a lot of guys in my family. I have one son, one husband, grandsons. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope I have taught you something. And if I have, please slap a like on this video and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And make sure to hit the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I put up a video. So if you need any of the tools and supplies that I used in this video, they're going to be listed in the description of the video. And you can go to my website at www.geamazingpapercrafts.stampinup.net. I'd be happy to be your demonstrator if you don't already have one. So once again, I'm Jeanette with Geamazing Paper Crafts, and you make it a safe and healthy day. Bye-bye.